I'm going to show you the best Black Friday deals out right now to help you build up your tool set working on cars. Regardless if you're doing car flipping, car detailing, just being a car mechanic, whatever the case may be, this is going to be for you. And just to help you out, I'm going to have all the products listed in the description below so you can quickly click into them. But let's not waste any time. These deals are going to be ending pretty soon. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the first one right here is the Blue Driver scanner. A lot of people ask me exactly what scanner that I would usually use when I'm going to be checking out cars. And by the way, everyone needs some type of Bluetooth, well, not Bluetooth scanner, but just an OBD2 scanner so that you can check to see what codes are coming up in the cars and if there's codes cleared and stuff like that. And this scanner is kind of like the best overall from what I see for the money, where it does a lot of things for you, but it's a nice little scanner you could basically just bring anywhere and connect with your phone. Usually it's for $120, but now for the Black Friday deal on Amazon, it's going for 80 bucks. So if you don't have one, I definitely would snag one up. Okay, so now for the next thing, we have Milwaukee tools on a really good discount right now. So this one's from Home Depot. It's the M12 line. And first of all, I mean, just saying it already, I mean, I really like Milwaukee tools. There's a lot of different brands that you can get for electric tools. Milwaukee, from what I see, is kind of like the one tool where, yes, prices are a little bit on the higher side, but to me, it's worth it. Like, it's usually really reliable stuff. And for mechanic work that you'll be doing with the car, a really good thing with Milwaukee tools is that they're really small too. They're really compact for what they can do. And with this toolkit, you get a impact driver. So that'll be good for, like, not really for lug nuts and stuff like that, but more so for like screws and stuff like that you'll be driving out or driving in for like the interior or the exterior of the car. And then you also get a ratchet as well, a 3/8 ratchet. So you could use that on plenty of things around the car. Usually it would be like over $400 for this, and you're getting it for around 200 bucks. So that's a huge deal. Okay, and on to the next one. We got some detailing stuff now. So I would say for most people, I mean, if you're going to be doing the work yourself, would highly suggest getting some type of carpet extractor for those seats and the carpets and stuff that is just extremely dirty with cars. And for me, Bissell is probably like one of the best brands, really. I have a Bissell Spot Clean Pro myself. This is basically the same thing. It's kind of weird with Bissell's lineup, to be honest, where they have the little green stuff as well. But it's basically the same thing that I have, and I like the one that I have as well. And usually for this one it's $160, and right now it's going for $120, so about 40 bucks off. Okay, on to the next one. This is for people back to the mechanic side that maybe you just need to get your tool set up in general, like maybe you don't have too much ratchets and all that stuff and wrenches. And this, you literally just get everything. I mean, it's 262 pieces, not only covering metric stuff, but the American stuff too, the American standard stuff as well. So you get a lot of different tools here. You get a little tool set with it, a little tool chest with it. Usually it would be $250 for it, and right now it's at $130, and this is at Lowe's. So that's a really good savings. Like, that's basically almost half off. So really good. I mean, if you're kind of missing some tools right now, I would highly suggest getting that. That's a steal of a deal. So now, again, more so for the detailing stuff, probably should have sectioned this a little better, right? Where I actually talk about mechanic stuff first and the detailing, but whatever. So this is for the detailing type of stuff, really, even though yes, it's a drill, but the big thing with drills when you're detailing cars is being able to have it for, like, the brushes, being able to have like a brush attachment or something like that you could throw on the drill. And honestly, you don't really need a crazy type of drill to get most stuff done. Like, as long as the drill spins, that's really the main thing. But I mean, Craftsman, again, I mean, it's quality stuff. You're probably gonna be able to use it for a good while from now. And it definitely beats having to be scrubbing the stuff manually with every seat. Like, it'll just take way too long doing that. But with this one, it used to be $80, and now it's only 60 bucks. So not bad at all. Next, you can't forget about the lights. Okay, lights is pretty huge in general when you're working on the cars, especially nowadays. It's the winter right now, and I mean, I don't know about in your area where you might be watching, if you're like in a different part of the US, but I'm in New York. I mean, 4 or 5 o'clock comes, it's already starting to get dark, so you're probably gonna need some type of light to be working in, especially if you're working 9 to 5 type of shift. You have to come home and start getting some work done. So this is a nice lighting kit. This, you actually get 3 different types of lights. You have like a little hand light right here that you can just basically just walk around with, blast people with light as it is. Then you got like an extension one where you can just kind of pop the base down and extend it how you want, and then like a light that you can kind of just prop up right there. And this one actually has a really good savings on it too. This one, it usually would be a little over 200 bucks, and right now it's only for like $100. So really good deal in itself. I will say for this one, it's only the tool, keep that in mind, so you still have to get the battery with it as well. Okay, next, this is actually like one of my favorite type of products in general. It's a starter for the car, but it's not just any type of starter. I like the ones where it can start the car, but you can also use it for, like, let's say inflating tires, because you know, not only is it times where you might have to just jump a car in general, but you know, it might end up being a case where, you know, maybe the tire might be leaking air or something like that, and you just have to kind of pump the tire back up. So this is kind of like, well, it says it's a 6-in-1 station. I don't know exactly how much really makes up that 6-in-1. The main things I really would care about is the tire inflating and the jumping. But it also has like actually a small inverter in there as well. So up to 400 watts. So let's say if you had something like a fan, like a really, you know, low power fan or something like that you can run off of it, you can do that too. This one usually would be for 170. Right now it's going for 135. I'm going to put a little disclaimer on this though, because although this is a Black Friday deal, I want to point this out. There is actually another product that is like a brand that I would even more so recommend, because I don't really know too much about this brand in itself, Tyrell. But the one I would also highlight would be this one right here. It's the Cat Jump Starter. It used to look a little different. Now it's like a cube shape, and it's actually pretty small. It's probably going to be a good amount smaller than that other tool. But it's not a Black Friday deal, so I didn't really like want to kind of lead with that. But like I said, I've used the products before, and people have used these for years and still have been good. And it's the same type of thing. You could not only jumpstart the car, but you could use that as like an inverter to power like small electronics and stuff, and also use it for, like I said, for inflating tires and stuff. So same great thing. It's also pretty cheap. It's only $110 if you get it online. But of course, the other thing too with this is you have to have Costco. So you know, not anybody can jump on and get this. We have a power station. This is really like a very portable electric generator, and mainly going to be good just for, like, you know, for the people out there that either you have to be constantly running a long extension cord all the way from your house or whatever power source you might have to be able to power up things like, you know, an extractor vacuum or whatever other stuff, you know, to actually work with the car, whatever heat gun, whatever the case may be. Or potentially, I mean, if you just have no real way to get around, you know, electricity, like let's say maybe you work in the city and, you know, there's literally not really much of a way at all to be able to get power, you know, for any like tools you might have. So this is that. You can literally bring it anywhere with you. This one would usually be around $1,000 for it. You would usually be in like that 800 to 1,000 range, and right now it's going for more than half off as a Black Friday deal. So would highly recommend this. A lot of people love it. To be honest, I'm contemplating potentially getting it myself. I don't completely need it, but I mean, it seems like a pretty nice thing to have too. In case you need a jack, pretty simple, you know, just to be able to jack the car up and stuff like that if you want to get under it, if you don't have one. This is from Husky, a very reliable brand. Usually this one would be $190, and from Best Buy, well, not Best Buy, from Home Depot, is going for $120. Oh, and as a quick thing before we mention the last one, if you haven't seen it yet, I did also put together a full training just going over how to double your income flipping auction cars. This is something a lot of people were asking me about. I did a full live training about it. I saw a lot of people got a lot of value from that as well. And it's flipping, from what I see, flipping auction cars is a lot harder than flipping like cars from Facebook or something like that. So if you want access to that, just go to the link in the description below. Okay, and the last thing, pretty simply, is just the jack stand to go with the jack. Obviously, you don't want to just be jacking the car up, jumping under the car, and then just praying for dear life that the thing isn't going to fall down on you after that. Don't do that. So instead, we got the Vevor jack right here. It's from Lowe's. These are really cheap. I mean, it's about as cheap as it gets for jack stands. Usually it'd be $50, and right now it's going for 20 bucks. And that's everything. Of course, this is Black Friday deals, so make sure you jump in on these deals as soon as possible, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.